What's up, guys? Quan Trick 02 here with another edition of What's New. Royal Rumble 2016 just went off the air about 30 minutes ago, and my goodness, was it a excellent show. I will definitely say I enjoyed the show from beginning to end. I'm just gonna run down every single thing for you real quick as I do with every pay-per-view. So let's get started. The kickoff show was a triple threat fatal four-way uh, tag team match, and the winner of the tag team match would enter into the Royal Rumble. It doesn't matter who was in it. It's important. The only important thing to know is that Mark Henry and Jack Swagger would win that kickoff match. Let's begin with the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view begins with the last man standing match, the fourth last man standing match in Royal Rumble history between IC champion Dean Ambrose defending against Kevin Owens. And this match was one hell of a way to kick off this pay-per-view. I mean, they did just about everything you could think of in that matchup. KO Cannonball, taking out the barricade, throwing Dean Ambrose over the announcer's table, Kendo 6 shots, just everything. They went through tables. They just really had one hell of a match. Awesome sequences, dirty deeds on a steel chair. Tons of spots in that matchup between those two. But the end would come. Earlier in the match, Kevin Owens would set up two tables outside the ring, and they would never. It took them a while to go back to it. They went on later in the matchup, made me actually forget about that the tables were actually there. But when it came to the end of the match, I think Kevin Owens propped up some chairs and then put Dean Ambrose on top of that. I guess he was going to moonsault on top of Ambrose into those chairs, but Ambrose got back up and pushed Kevin Owens into the two tables below him, and he did not respond to the 10 count, and Dean Ambrose retained the Intercontinental Championship. So that was awesome. I think next was the tag team match between the New Day Rocks. The New Day came out to defend their championships, but now it wasn't only the New Day there, but Francesca too. The new Francesca. They said it was long. They've been mourning from Francesca 1 for too long, so now it's time to go move on. They bring out Francesca 2. So Xavier Woods be playing Francesca on the outside while Kofi Kingston and Big E took care of business. This was a very, very fun tag team match. I mean, we've seen these guys go at it a lot, but it was still pretty fun. I really enjoyed it. A lot of spots. The Usos were really on point tonight, man. Super kicks and it's everything, man. Xavier Woods got involved. I'm trying to think of some really, really awesome spots. Because there was tons of them, but the one to to really think about is the I feel like the Usos had the match won a couple of times in that match, but the New Day numbers game they had the advantage with that. Usos had one more shot. I think they were going for Uso splash onto Kofi Kingston, but Big E would get into the ring and catch one of the Usos to the big ending. 1, 2, 3. The New Day is still your two-time World Tag Team Champs. Yeah, so that was a fun match. Next was the United States Championship match. We get to see Kalisto in his first ever singles match on pay-per-view against the new U.S. champion Alberto Del Rio. Now we know 2 weeks ago on Raw, Kalisto would win the U.S. Championship from Del Rio, then drop it back to Del Rio on SmackDown, and they would it'd be announced they would have a match at this Royal Rumble, and that's exactly what they did. Really, really awesome matchup, man. I really enjoyed this as well. It was a ton of things in there. It's probably one of my favorite Del Rio, man. Everybody knows I'm not a big Del Rio guy, but this was a very, very, very entertaining matchup. Kalisto is just so awesome, man. He does so many cool things. He did one thing, he jumped on top of Del Rio's back, and I think he was going for a sunset flip power bomb, but he kind of botched it and just went into a roll up. But it was still pretty cool. He hit the Ciudad del Sol using the ropes. He almost won the match right there, but Del Rio got to the ropes. Del Rio did this cool movie like swung. He swung Kalisto into a kind of like a gut buster, swinging gut buster. I don't even know how to explain exactly what he did, but it was really awesome. But then at the end, Del Rio would try to take off the turnbuckle pad and throw Kalisto into that to get the advantage, but it would backfire. And I think that Del Rio would hit, instead of Kalisto hitting it, Del Rio would hit it. He would bounce back right into the Salida del Sol. 1, 2, 3. Your new United States champion is Kalisto, 2-time U.S. champion. Next was the women's matchup. It was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Another match I really enjoyed because they're actually giving divas, they're making video packages for divas. And they did a really awesome one for Becky Lynch. Make you want to feel this match, make you want Becky Lynch to win the Divas Championship. But yeah, get into the match though. The match was really good. Probably the most technical match of the year. We actually see some holes, some submission holes, and all that, because we didn't really get a lot of that from the other matches. So we got a little ground offense in there. These girls work together great because they're from NXT, so you know the Four Horsewomen. That's what they do. They go in there and they perform. And this was no exception here tonight. But at the end, I think it was Becky Lynch who would have to disarm her in on. Wait, before I go to that, I was one spot where Ric Flair kissed Becky Lynch in the mouth. I was like, he just basically just took Becky's soul with that kiss. Anyway, at the end, she would get the lock in and disarm her on Charlotte, and she was about to tap out, and Ric Flair would get up and throw his jacket into the face of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch would get back up and try to attack Rick. Charlotte would turn around, hit her, and connect with a spear and retain her Divas Championship. After the match, she would continue to beat down Becky until the boss, Sasha Banks' music hit. She walked down there, took out Becky, so I think everybody was thinking, oh man, no, Sasha's going to team up with freaking Charlotte and they're going to be BFFs or whatever. They turn their back, Charlotte turns her back to get out the ring after they shake hands, hits the Banks statement, locks it in, tells her that she wants her Divas Championship. Yeah. And next is the match that we all been waiting for, the Royal Rumble match, 1 versus all. Roman Reigns defends the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against 29 other men inside the Royal Rumble match. He was number 1. He came out. The first man that was out there, number 2 was Rusev. Took him out real fast. Number 3, well, is somebody that we kind of was expecting, but we wasn't really sure about. It was the phenomenal AJ Styles. He went out there, hit the Pele. Cole called the Styles Clash. I thought he was going to be, oh my God, what a maneuver by AJ Styles, but he actually called it, even though he didn't actually hit the Styles Clash on anybody in that matchup. He tried to hit it on Roman Reigns, he countered. I'm trying to think of some other interesting. There was a lot of this Royal Rumble was insane. There was so much going on. There was a point where the League of Nations came out there and beat down Roman Reigns, taking him out. Rusev did this crazy thing where he like ran across the 3 tables and then splashed them, take out that took out Roman Reigns right there. Jericho was in there for a really, really long time. The Wyatt family would dominate a lot of the Rumble. Braun Strowman, of all people, would eliminate Big Show and Kane. And I was like, thank you, Braun Strowman, for getting those guys out of there, because nobody wanted to see the same thing that happened last year. So he took out Kane and Big Show. I think a couple other people too. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were also pretty dominant in there. I'm trying to think who AJ Styles, who took out AJ Styles. I'm trying to think. It was Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens came out, eliminated AJ Styles. Right after that, Sami Zayn made his appearance, came out there. Took out Kevin Owens, eliminated Kevin Owens, so we may get the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud on the main roster possibly. Sometime, probably not anywhere soon, because NXT's going for the NXT title. But he would come in there and dominate. And then I forgot, he got eliminated by I'm trying to think who he got eliminated by. I think it was maybe the League of Nations or something. I don't remember who it was, but he would eventually get eliminated. Kofi had his spot again, where he would find a way to get back into the match. I think he was going to get pushed out, and he landed on Big E's shoulders. They walked around, and it came to a point where nobody knew where they went. They just Cole kind of said they got eliminated off camera, and I was like, "What the heck? What did it even happen?" They eventually showed it. Big E would put Kofi back on the apron, and Jericho would hit his triangle dropkick, knocking out Kofi Kingston. Another one of the funnier moments of the Rumble was when R-Truth came out. He came out, went on there, and got a weapon, a foreign object, something we haven't seen since Sabu entered the ring in the 2006 Royal Rumble, I believe. And he got the ladder, got in the ring, and with him start hitting people with the ladder. He picks the ladder up, goes up, and yeah, I think Truth thought that this was the Money in the Bank ladder match, but he was very disappointed when he realized that it was actually the Royal Rumble and not the Money in the Bank match. I thought that Big Show or Kane, whoever was in there, was going to push the ladder over and throw him out that way, but that probably would have been kind of dangerous. So he kind of picked him up, threw him out, threw the ladder out. After that, I'm trying to think of anybody else I'm missing. Of course, Brock Lesnar came out there, dominated, eliminated the Wyatts, basically dominated over everybody who was in there. Then I think that towards the end, Sheamus would be like a number 29. He would walk out. Roman Reigns returned to the ring, hit the Superman punch on him, and dominate. There was a lot of awesome sequences at the end of that matchup with Ziggler and who was in there? Ziggler, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns. Man, I'm trying to think. And to a couple other people, man. It was like a lot of cool stuff going on, a lot of different cool sequences. Oh, Dean Ambrose was in there. A lot of cool sequences at the end. But Roman Reigns would come out and basically dominate everybody until the very end when number 30 would hit. And who else was it? It was the return of the game. The King of Kings was number 30. Came out wanting to win the whole thing. I mean, if you can't get anybody else to take care of business, why not take care of business yourself? So that's exactly what he tried to do. Came out there, got some eliminations. There was one point where Ziggler would hit a mean super kick on Triple H, and I was like, oh my god, he's about to get eliminated, because the way he would like sell it, looks like he's about to get eliminated. He would try to hit another, and I think he would get I think Triple H actually eliminated Ziggler. So Ziggler was out. And a couple other people. Sheamus got eliminated by Roman Reigns, I think, with a Superman punch. And it was down to Roman. The last three was Roman, Dean, and Triple H. And I thought that they were about to just eliminate Dean Ambrose and it was going to be down Triple H and Roman. But that was not the case, because Triple H would blindside Roman and throw him over the top rope. So we were guaranteed a brand new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It was between Dean Ambrose and Triple H. They would go at it for a while, and Dean would hit I think he tried to clothesline him over the ropes, and he would kind of waddle like he was about to go over. He tried to go for it again, but then he did the spot where you put your take your head under the opponent's legs and then flip him over, and just like that, Triple H became a 14-time world champion. And now Triple H, he's ruling the yard one more time. I mean, if it was any time to do it, this was definitely the time. So now Triple H is a 14-time champion. Who will meet him for the title? I also forgot to say this, but I forgot to say this, but the Wyatt family eliminated Brock Lesnar, so we could probably two big match we see WrestleMania: Brock Lesnar versus the Wyatts, and Triple H versus Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose or whoever they choose to be. But that was the Royal Rumble, guys. It was crazy. A lot of action, a lot of spots, very exciting. All the matches were amazing. I will give this show a definitely solid B+. I really enjoyed it. Was it the greatest show I ever seen? No, but it was probably the best show I've seen in the last, definitely the best Royal Rumble I've seen in the last 7-8 years. That was amazing, man. I really enjoyed the Royal Rumble to a T. But guys, tell me what you thought about the Royal Rumble. This video is going on a little long, so tell me what you think. Give me your comments. Do you care that Triple H became the world champion? Are you mad about that? Let me know in the comments below. Comment, rate, subscribe. Stay go, everybody. Peace.